Alright, all you listeners to the madness and anyone lucky enough to catch the show on your AM/FM dials, welcome to yet another unpredictable, unplanned, unseasoned, and now under the microphone that Michael Buffer uses before every single boxing match edition of Under the Radar. I am your host from the East Coast, DJ Smokey, and seeing the fact that we're on the final Monday before we head into the 29 days of greatness, we might as well waste no time and explain to you guys what's gonna happen on this special Ready to Rumble of Madness edition of Under the Radar. And speaking of rumbles, folks, we kick off this show by finding out what happened during this weekend's 33 1/3 edition of the Royal Rumble from Houston, deep in the heart of Texas. Also, besides that, we go ahead and find out what sort of newspaper clippings we can find from this past weekend for another edition of yesterday's news. Then we take a trip on over to the Screenshot Twitterverse world to see what sort of screenshots we also found from this weekend for another edition of the Four Squared Delight. Also, besides that, we find out what sort of crazy stunts that you guys and gals got into to wrap up this fight month like no other for another edition of the Wild World of Stunts. And according to the maestro, expect concussions. Alright? And finally, last but not least, and hopefully before we have to give this mic back to Michael Buffer, we wrap up the show with yet another edition of the GTA Online Top 5 Tracks of the Month. And according to the maestro, that might wrap it up before we head to the Indie Awards. We're not too entirely sure yet. And I guess with that said, I might as well tell the maestro to kick out the beats, crank out the tunes, and for any of you listening at home, ease back those recliners, cause it's time for us to get ready to fly low as we go under the radar. Let's get this madness started, folks.